So in this video here, I'm going to show you how we actually go about kind of adding the products to the store and creating the store in more detail. So I added these products here in the last video. You're going to typically have more products than this, or at least more designs. Typically, like I said, we'll have two, sometimes three printed designs, and then one, maybe two embroidered designs like these. So you go to Style Admin or Style Editor, sorry, and then this brings you to kind of the back end to where you can kind of add widgets to deal with adding products and other features. So first thing I always do is I click the blue plus on the right, then I scroll down all the way to countdown, and I put in layout number 2. And you'll put in a title, which I'll give you. So I will give you this title. And then the next one here is description. I will give you this description. Either, I'm going to send you a document that also has the titles and descriptions that you can use. Sometimes, so typically it's going to be, like Harmony Elementary or order your apparel before the timer expires, and then the description will be like, order it or order your apparel, and it'll be shipped, and you'll be able to pick it up at Harmony Elementary School. Or so you'll have to customize it a little bit, but you'll have basically the generic idea of what it is, and then you'll have to put in the end dates. The end date for this. So again, I'll give you several different dates if I give you dates. The first date is the store close date, which you use, or the production date, which you use when you're creating the store for if there is, or for the production date. And the second one is the pickup date. So the pickup date is when they pick up the item up, which you deal with that if I give you a pickup location. And the third date I give you is the store close date. If I give you that, so the store close date, you'd go here, and then you would go here. You go to the end date, and then you would, say I told you March 31st. You go to March 31st. We always do it, 11:59 p.m. That's what we always do. You press done, and I give you the time. So Central Time, Eastern Time, Mountain Time, Pacific Time, and then you'd press. And then once you finish that, you would add something else. So the next thing that we would add, then I always move this to the top. So you press this right here to bump it up. So it's always the top. That's always the first thing. The next thing is I have this right here, which is, this is always just, one of these always comes on the site when you press, or on any new site that you create. But I'm going to add a couple of these, which what this is it's featured products. So I'll add a couple of these. I usually do layout 3. You can easily change the layout 2 depending on how the items come out. So 1, 2, 3, and then what you do is you label it. So this is, so then I might do so I always do featured products first. So I usually do featured products. And then I don't do a subheading. Here I will edit this one, and I'll do, California Alpha shirts. So typically I do the featured products, and I do California Alpha shirts, or whatever chapter, school it is. Then I do California Alpha jackets and sweatshirts, and then I'm going to add another one. I typically have 3 or 4 of these depending on the store. Then I'll do we'll do hats and other embroidery, And then I'll go ahead and I'll add products. So here in featured products, I usually always add a t-shirt. So I'll go ahead and add the one t-shirt that we have. And I usually like to add, some type of embroidered items. I might do, like typically the jackets are cool. Only issue is that, this is white too. It's nice having, it's nice kind of having it be split up. So I might add, a gray hoodie, and then you can click and drag. So it kind of, it separates it, and then you press done, and they show up here. So, having the 3 images mean 3 show up, right? But for example, we only have 2 shirts, right? We only have this one and this one. So we press done. So, it might look better to do layout 2 because it makes them look larger. Well, but it just depends. Like sometimes it looks better just to, have it be smaller, about the same size, but you can kind of judge it and see what you think. But here I kind of think it looks better to have it be, the same size. Kind of up to you. Here, jackets and sweatshirts. We have sweatshirt and we have jacket, so I'll add these. Hats on embroidery. We have sweats and we have the hat. So we go ahead and do that. So now this just kind of has the different items. The last thing that you're going to add then is, it's going to be the call to action. We do the first one that has the gray background, and again, I will give you this in a separate document, and I will give you the subheading in a separate document. Primary text, typically get started, and then the primary link I will give you in a separate document. So just be, just go to our website, and then secondary button text. You always delete it. We don't want to say secondary. It should just have the one button, and then this is it. So this is all you have to do. Typically, again, we'll have a few other products and designs, and let's see what else. Then we will sometimes add on a few other things ourselves, but we'll probably train you to do that in the future. But yeah, so that's kind of the bulk of how you go about creating a store. And then you always have to remember to press save and publish. And when it saves, you press back, and you can go to the storefront, and it shows you again. It just shows you what you did from what the customer sees. Make sure it looks good, make sure prices look correct, and then once all that's done, you just go to HubSpot. Let's see, do I even have it pulled up? Yeah, I do. Just go to HubSpot, and then you drag it along to waiting, so that means it's been created, and it lets me know that that's for me to go look at it, and then either I will put it back here with revisions, or I will move it to complete. It just kind of however it works. Again, this is going to be a pretty big learning curve, I think. For us, for just starting to have someone else do it, or start doing some of it, and then for you with it all being brand new, it just takes some time to get used to. But yeah, just the more you do it, the easier it gets.